Hello, stream slash YouTube slash recording.
Hello.
How long has it been now since we last played?
We are still alive and kicking.
Yeah, a month, or at least, probably more.
Yeah, some annoying person was on holiday for like a month and we couldn't play. But there's only 3 of us today as well. Kant's not here for whatever reason. I think he might have said that he wouldn't be available, but I'm not 100% sure. As in like before yesterday. But let's see. Oh the wizard vault looks a bit funky for me. Oh, it's sorted now. Alright, story journal. So we're season 3, Rising.
Yeah.
Latest episode.
I think we meet in Ratasum.
Yes, we do. Okay.
And we don't get the letter? What? What is
I know
this?
that seems a bit dodgy. Like we're just going to Ratasum because the star tells us to.
New regulations stipulate you must remove your boots and belt before traveling.
Well, to be fair, we did get a mail at the end of...
Pants up, Izzy.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, I went, there was at least in my inbox like before all the holidays, before all the holiday mails. Message from Time is like, please,
Oh,
quick,
yes.
Ratasum, come!
Alright, I'll read it. Actually, Allure, do you want to read it if you have it?
Oh, do I have it already? I don't think I have it.
Okay. I'll read it. Quick, come to Ratanovus. Hi. I've got something fantabulous to show you. Oh, sorry, is this the wrong one?
No, it's the right one. I got confused. I think this is the right one.
Get here as soon as you can. There's a gate set up in Ratasum, but it's top secret. Fortunately, you know me. Go to Ratasum. I think this is from last episode. And look for Adventure Aid ZK496. I got no to let you in. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Tune the gate.
But our yeah, it says tune the gate to the Timey secret lab. So
Yeah, but we did that last time, I think.
we did, yeah.
Passcode accepted. Gate relay 0468.
God, I've not played this game in a while. Not touched it since we last played, basically.
Timmy, please tell me there was some sort of calculations error. Primordus is really active.
An error? You think I made it? Hey, good to see you too.
Sorry. I didn't think we'd be dealing with another dragon so soon.
About that, I have some good news and bad news.
What's the bad news?
Great idea. Good news first. Ha! Feast your eyes and blindfolds on this.
Different tile on the ground. Impressive.
No, this is another one of Rada Novus's secrets I discovered. Stand there and you'll be ported to this crazy simulation room the Novans developed but never finished.
And you finished it.
Well, no, I couldn't, figure it out.
Oof.
What's that?
I couldn't figure it out, okay?
Liar.
Just so happens to fall outside my giant, incredibly deep pool of knowledge. Whatever, it works now. I called in Moto, an Asura with some experience in that realm. He got it up and running
Moto?
for me.
What's it do?
It can process numerous experimental theories, but the Rada Novans developed it to test themselves against various Primordus minions. Want to check it out?
Sure. It'll be helpful to find out what we're about to go up against.
Perfect! It'll also help me run some numbers and see what the room's capable of.
Oh, do I need to do... No.
She's just slow. I think. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
You have to press some buttons.
Whatever.
Booting up, please.
Oh, for fuck's
Wave
sake.
1 incoming, folks!
Someone's gone.
It's fake fighting. How hard can it be?
Oh, it's
I'll note
Grunt.
any patterns or specific attacks I see while you're taking care of business. They'll only help us out when we face the real deal.
I like how Timmy made herself like huge, just to flex.
I don't know if I spoke to any of you after I finished Mass Effect 3.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, well,
How
I
was
finished
it?
Mass Effect 3. Oh, I really enjoyed it. I got the impression from people that like Mass Effect 3 wasn't as good as Mass Effect 2, but honestly, I felt them very similar. Don't get me wrong, I thought the ending to Mass Effect 2 was awesome, and Mass Effect 3 was maybe a bit slightly less good, but I enjoyed the moral dilemma.
You've done some amazing work here, Tammy. When
No, I
you
loved it.
asked-
Very good.
No time
Happy I
for
played
that,
it.
Shander. It was one thing going against Mordremoth. Of
You've
course,
been
you wanted to
really
save the planet.
like achieving quite a lot with
Sora,
games. Like you've been finishing them
Well, I hope you know we're all
at a
behind.
decent
I
pace.
thought we had our hands full with Cardicus and Lazarus, but I think we can squeeze in a quick trip to the Shiver Peaks to take down a dragon.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
there's
I'll
a
not
little
talk
more I
over.
haven't told you yet. According to what I documented, Primordus is awake. You know this.
But BG3,
But
best game you
here's
could
the
have
more
picked up.
It's
Correct
moved.
choice. I'm so
Tunneled
glad.
its way down to the Fire Islands.
I like when
The
people play my
lagoon.
favorite
We
games.
know where it is now. Let's just go knock on its door and give it a welcome basket.
I'm playing currently
Why
some
did it
weird
move?
indie games.
I posit Mordremoth's death and the subsequent magic
Like
release
what?
must have jump-started
I found a game that really piqued my interest in terms of
What
style
better place to
and
be?
combat
So it
system. It's called
relocated.
Wordless.
To get more powerful.
Oh, never heard.
Great.
yeah, I think for me, it's just because I think up until now, well, not up until now, but for a lot of my life, I'd played one game a lot, and that's not just Guild Wars, but it was mostly Guild Wars, but also like, I don't know, like sports games or like games where you don't really finish them, you just kind of play and play and play.
Yeah, play them forever.
Whereas now I'm actually playing games that you finish and then moving on.
That does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Since I used to finish a lot more games, but when I got really into Guild Wars 2 like 5 years ago, I think in the 5 years my rhythm of finishing games is like 1 or 2 games a year.
Just a tiny
Yeah.
bit more. It's the bad news part.
Go on.
You ready for this? I
And
don't
there's
think you're ready for this.
This certain level of like, I don't mind games that never end. They are fun experiences
Yeah.
playing. But playing a game that has an ending and tells a story and it's like it has a beginning and an end is just satisfying and leaves an impression on a
New experience as well.
yeah, it's just very special in a way that like live service games cannot be.
Yeah, but there's a silver lining. Neither one has gone all Mordremoth on us.
Like I remember when I played Divinity Origins in 2, which is from the same makers as Baldur's Gate 3, it's like their previous game. And then it hit me with the ending credits. I just sat there, watched the whole like 30 minutes of ending credits.
Yeah, I've had
And
a
I was like, wow.
I've had a few games over the last year like that where you have that like sad, empty feeling when it ends.
Yeah.
But you loved it, but like Red Dead 2, Cyberpunk, both of those, I was like, oh,
I thought you were
like
keeping all
I'm
the
happy to be
secret.
done, but I'm so sad that
I
I'm
had to
done.
let Cammy in on it.
Yeah.
A, she's cool, don't worry.
Um,
And B, someone had to watch our backs. while
Mass
Moto
Effect
and I
2,
got
to be
this
fair,
thing
Mass
up and
Effect as
running.
well.
You already have people in the Fire Islands?
I have some more, let's say, trusted associates there setting up a gate and scouting. But Flunt really organized the whole operation. Primordus's movement was something I purposely let slip. It's good because it keeps him out of my ears for a little while, and it also makes him feel like a big shot.
Only 16 years old and you're puppet mastering one of your superiors. Admirable and a little unsettling, Timey.
I'll soon rule you all! Oh, sorry, was the comm open for that? Big bad coming up?
I actually find this conversation they're having kind of like endearing.
Yeah.
I
see-
haven't like a lot of the not the newer I guess. It's probably more so meat than the quality, but I felt a lot of the dialogues in EOD. It has charm. I do think EOD discussion also has charm, but more so after EOD. It just
could probably run any simulation I can dream up.
it just doesn't suck me in, you know. I don't care about the characters.
Yeah.
And I think
think-
it's mostly because I've just been with the game so long that time
Outside of a few
Like the more you
monthly
play,
numbers,
like
the room was very
the more you like it,
impressive.
but then you pass
Next time you'll
the
have to program in
threshold
some
of liking it,
Dormac
then
minions.
you
Any
start
idea
becoming
what's
more
happening
harsh, you
with the
start
other
becoming
elder
blind to its good
dragons?
sides, and
Nothing
everything
on
just
Croc
becomes
the
samey.
Dork, and ditto
I think
for
I passed that point and nothing kind of
Mean,
inspires me anymore, like
Rain Knock on
story-wise,
Shan, starts
even
with
though I
an
used to
S.
love Guild
What
Wars 2
about
story
a
and the
weakness?
characters.
All this machinery has to be good for something.
Because I don't think the dialogue is
Why don't
necessarily
you channel
worse, it's
some
just
patience from the
I don't
mists
find it
there,
endearing or
Tribune? A whole
charming anymore.
civilization of
You say you
brilliant
don't
Berserk
care
couldn't
about the
find it. But
EOD
yeah,
characters,
I
but
got this
what
in 5
about
minutes.
Rama's hat.
Detective Rama's hat?
Rama's hat is special mention.
You're going to lecture me on openness? Remind me again what happened to you in the mists. Oh, that's right, Zipper Lips.
Might be
Okay,
controversial.
okay, we're
I don't care
all on
about
the
Rama's
same
hat.
team here.
Oh,
But
How could you say that?
Sorry.
Only a few huge leaps. First,
I think my heart just broke into.
The horribly
Like, even if you
disgusting
think
body
about
pod,
it, don't
the
say it out
more
loud.
horribly disgusting
Gosh.
giant bug that you keep in the despicable blighting pod fluid.
It's just-
Yes, I remember.
I was reminded of that like meme. It's like I don't care
I
that
mean,
you hurt
it's
your
Spencer.
elbow.
And it's somehow more disturbing.
I don't care about Rama's
don't
hat.
listen to him, Spence.
I'm gonna say it.
Anyway, I discovered
Oh yeah,
my
it's
way
like the
energy is
teenage
different when
boys in a
run
like
Yeah,
computer
yeah.
class or something.
The
I don't care that you broke your
right?
elbow.
And we know that each dragon has a domain when it comes to their
Oh,
magic.
teenagers.
Cyclops was death, obviously. Well, you know what's guaranteed to give a chalk a bad stomachache? Death magic.
Oh my god.
Spencer filters death out of ley energy.
So, magic is almost like light, broken up into a spectrum.
That's a perfect way to think about it. Magic as we know it is like white light, composed of all the different types of dragon magic.
I like this
I'm gonna go
magic.
down in Asuran history logs for this
I'm sure you
discovery.
do.
As much as I love
I don't.
discussing minutia, how does this help us?
I don't know yet, but I will. I'll never sleep again. Now, I'm sure you're anxious to try out your moves against the real thing in the Fire Islands, so let's head back to the main lab.
Alright. Let's go.
Ridlock Brimstone.
Oh.
That's tribune to you.
Yeah, I just followed
soldier.
our illustrious commander.
Not anymore, it's not. You've ignored numerous requests from the Black Citadel to account for your time in the mists and explain this new magic. Thus, you've been stripped of your rank and are hereby charged with dereliction of duty.
You're to come with us, Ridlock. Sir. And if I don't...
We've been authorized to use force.
But we'd hate to cause a scene. I'm sure you would, pup. Getting this assignment, you two must either be the best warriors in the Iron Legion, or the ones with the worst luck. So...
Top of my class.
But it's starting to feel like both.
Ridlock?
It's okay, Commander. I'll straighten this out. It appears I underestimated the Citadel's response. Hope you enjoy the medal I'm earning you today, soldier. You get to return with Ridlock Brimstone in tow. Without a fight? Depends on my travel accommodations. You can have my seat.
Come on, Vicon. You gonna groom him too?
Sorry I'll miss out on all the fun, Commander. I'll catch up with you as soon as I'm able.
Well, looks like I'm headed to the Fire Islands solo.
Sorry, I'd join you, but I just haven't had many moments to work on Scruffy 2.0. Plus, I need to start experimenting on the thing I told you about and the thing about the new thing, findings.
I understand.
Help! Someone help!
Wendell, what happened?
The Fire Islands, our party, lost. We shouldn't have strayed from the main outposts. Cammy held them off as long as she could, but
No! Did she make it?
no. They changed, Timey. The destroyer's there.
Changed. How?
Like Risen and Mordrum. Unstoppable.
Risen and Mordrum? What do you mean?
They're not like they were. Different attacks. A different feel. I don't...
It's okay, it's okay. Take him away and get him some care.
What do you think that all meant?
Not sure. He could have... Of course. It's like you said about the monkey. They changed. That's why Mordremoth was able to... The Mordrum, Commander?
What about them?
The ones who came from the Blighting Pods. Mordremoth had its minions, the Sylvari, right? But it was able to create more, new ones from the dead. That power came from Zhaitan. Killing Zhaitan caused the other dragons to absorb the death spectrum, but we only saw it in Mordremoth because it was active. Then we killed Mordremoth, and now Primordus has absorbed some of the death and plantiness. I think.
Can
I
we
feel like
test
this
that
idea
theory?
kind of died away.
I'll go and get you a sample from these new
They
destroyers.
That'd be amazing,
stopped it
Commander.
completely,
Be
I think,
careful,
like
and let me know
after
what you
this.
find.
Because you don't see like Death Touch, branded or whatever. And also, I was saying,
branded or just branded?
yeah. I was thinking like this season, it strikes me that like they really leaned into the nostalgia bait at this point. Like,
Yeah, going to the old areas.
yeah, oh man, we're going to Bloodstone Fen. Oh, we're going to the Ember Islands. Oh my god, I won't spoil, but oh my god, there's a major thing from Guild Wars 1 coming up.
That is very true. But I think this
it worked.
season also, well, for you maybe.
It did.
This season also did a lot of the lore building with the dragons and how dragon magic
Yeah.
works. Which I think, back when I played, I think it was interesting. It led to nothing.
It did. Yeah.
Everything that happens here, none of it matters in the end. Like, was it here or Living Season 4? When do we learn? Like, of course we don't know this, but when do we learn that we cannot kill any more dragons?
I think it's this season, because this season's when you start to
We put
Aurene
Primordus to
stuff.
sleep instead of killing him. Because we can't afford to kill Primordus because
Yeah. And that's
that
when all
would
the
throw the
Aurene
balance
stuff
off
kicks
and we
off.
would all die. That was so, like, the stakes were high. I'm like, how are we ever gonna come out of this? Like, these dragons are destroying the world, but we also need them to survive.
Yeah.
And then it didn't matter, we killed them anyways.
Aurene
like,
DSX match.
It got me explained by Aurene can bring the balance and blah blah blah, but I just think it's a lot of build up wasted.
I think for me the thing that was never, I don't think, answered enough was like, I don't mind Aurene being like, having all the magic, whatever, fine, but I don't think it was ever covered enough or resolved. Like, why is it okay to let Aurene have literally all the magic? Like, that sounds worse. Like, having one dragon that literally has all of the spectrums, all of the magic, sounds dangerous as hell. And it's probably covered in like some dialogue that, oh yeah, it's fine, Aurene's good, but like, realistically, is that a good idea? Like, Aurene's gonna live basically forever. Her opinions might change. It's very much like it's like the Mass Effect 3 ending, to be honest. It's like the Reapers of Mass Effect. Like, how long until Aurene decides actually the best course for humanity is to like just wipe them out? And I think giving all the magic to Aurene, yeah, risky business. Anyway, sorry, no spoilers. I'll be back in a second. Be right back.
Yep. Mandalorian, I don't know if you know, but back when I played this episode, I was a big noob, like when it released. And this, like, I survived Heart of Thorns, but this map and these, like, Vine Touch, Death Touch mobs that you can find here, they wrecked my ass. So bad. They were, like, such a jump in difficulty for me that I did not like playing here because I could not manage the mobs because they were so strong compared to what I'm used to.
It was like Heart of Thorns for me.
Yeah, you played Heart of Thorns with, before it was nerfed, right? I played it after the nerf.
But the thing for me, I didn't find Heart of Thorns that bad because I played it the first time as a ranger, so my elite spec was druid. And so
That gives you a lot of survivability.
yeah, the thing is that most people at that point in the game got used to the power meta, the berserker meta.
Yeah, like the Berserker glass cannon.
Yeah, so everyone went into Heart of Thorns as a glass cannon, which was fine for core, but even today probably still isn't really suitable for Heart of Thorns and later. So, but I didn't really see it because I was, you know, basically a full staff druid build. I killed things really slowly, but the survivability was there. Anyway, I'll talk to this. Hello.
Yeah, I already
Welcome to
talked.
the
It's
Fire Island.
like
Absolutely such a
individual.
place. I'm surprised anything can survive here.
So I hope
Can you
that's
give me a
fine.
status report?
We're still assessing.
No.
Because
Our
I
preliminary
think the
findings
story
are
requires
troubling.
us to.
Primordus' arrival is having a profound
Yeah.
impact on the island.
So
The destroyers
I'm
are surging
trying
in
to
record
kinda
numbers,
get,
and there's been a marked increase in
start
the
to
local
that.
seismic and volcanic activity. I've been
Little
trying to
bit.
get word to Tiny, but the
Because I think
atmospheric
it's better to wait
interference
for
is wreaking
you
havoc on our long-range
than
comms. I doubt you'll get much use out
to
of that
wait for
communicator she
me.
gave you while you're here.
Well, I
About the
can edit
destroyers.
things out.
We received word that
Yeah.
they've been exhibiting new abilities.
That's also true, but then you don't
Changed
need
somehow. I'm here to gather samples to
to.
confirm the
I'm
report.
again dying to
Where
these
should I
mobs.
begin
Oh
my
my
search?
goodness.
Is it nostalgic?
Right.
They're so strong.
I begin your search there.
I am in full berserkers, to be fair.
Oof. Well, I think I'm in Celestial gear.
I don't have
I-
legendary, so I choose my build so I can like I'm gonna choose the builds I'm gonna play, not based on what would be fun in open world. I do like open world builds.
What's
but,
cheap?
What is cheap and what can I use to raid?
What can you use to raid? Fair enough.
And that's like berserkers or full vipers, but berserkers was way easier to get. I'm in full exotic berserker from
Oh.
from Heart of Thorns map. Some of them I've earned, and some of them I bought from the.
You can TP Viper gear now though, right?
It's so expensive though.
Oh right, okay, fair enough.
I think if it was I
They
know
added, like,
Celestial.
Busy watching my
They
work
added
get
really
repeatedly
cheap
dismantled by monsters, so if you don't
maximum
mind-
level
Easy
exotic
there.
for world
Tanya sent me.
versus world.
I'm here to help you
What
retrieve
can
those
like
destroyer
actually
samples.
think shoes
At
every
last,
prefix.
support. I located
Yeah,
the
but
sizable
I
destroyer nest,
just
but the
don't want to
beasts
touch
ambushed me.
World
They got a
Revolt
mess of
at
my
all.
comms
Like
equipment.
the only
Right.
reason I touch
You
it
don't
is
need to
give
stay
give
there,
the
you just
battle.
need to buy.
And I'll get any samples you
Any
retrieve back to
currencies, though?
Tiny.
Hide with what?
Consider it done.
Let's move quickly.
Oh yeah, badges of
Sooner
honor.
we're
I
done,
think.
the sooner we can all
Yeah,
retreat
how
to
do you
a
get badges of
less
honor?
That's
life-threatening
like saying, like,
environment.
oh, you
I
don't
don't
need to
know.
play-
You
you
open
don't
your
need to
currency
raid to
tab
buy
and you
raid
have it
gear.
already.
Oh, you don't need to raid if you have if you have magnetite shards.
I'm
Just use
also
your
out of magnetite shards. I'm also out of magnetite shards. To be fair, I spent all of them
Neither
to
do I
gear
have.
my heel scourge on
I
my alt
have
account.
Oh, I thought I had 19,000, but I only have 6,000.
Yeah, and
Is-
now my heel scourge has full ascended but no pants. So
Oof. It's gonna be a very sad day when I run out of magnetite shards because like every now and then I just need to like get a trinket or something. I'm like, oh, I've got magnetite shards. I'll just be lazy and buy it.
oh,
and
to be fair, if you don't already have legendary amulet, doing this, like, I mean, you still might not do it, but it puts you over halfway to getting a legendary amulet by replaying all these story steps we're doing right now.
Nice.
Then
I
you
probably
only
still
need to,
won't
you
do
know,
it, but it's nice to be closer.
yeah, like you still need to do stuff. There's the gathering in every single living season map, so you need
Well-
to gather 50 wood, 50 rock, 50 plants in
Right.
all of these maps.
I also already have Aurora, so I don't know if that
From the deceased elder dragon.
has an impact.
Aurora is not an amulet, right? It's a
No, that's the
earring.
yes,
It's
earring.
a
But it's
ring,
season
the
3
earring
achievements is more what I meant. I don't know if that
But
has
the
an impact.
amulet is the easiest legendary I ever get. The best part of it is you earn gold while doing it, so you barely need to spend anything. You just
So is that
gain a fuck ton.
is
and-
the amulet just season 3? Is it season 2 through
All
to
of them. Season 1... No, wait.
All of
season...
it.
Yeah,
All
like
of
all
it.
of it. Absolutely all of it. Like
Oh,
all the
okay.
story,
up to
all the
Icebrook Saga?
expansions, all of the Icebrook Saga. Up
Oh,
to EOD.
expansions too. I thought it was just Living World.
Might have been. Let me check. Return to...
Because I know this was what they used to keep people occupied between Icebrook Saga and the Dragons.
yeah, just living seasons. You're right. You're right.
And I Well, I kept myself occupied by playing other games.
Yeah, I think that wasn't. But I remember I got to actually doing this return to stuff, and they were very enjoyable to do. They are very chill.
No, I probably would have too, but I think I was really like
Yeah, I think playing other games was the correct choice, just like because it rewards the legendary amulet, right? This is very comfortable legendary to get, I think.
Yeah, what I was more meaning to say was that at the end of Icebrood Saga had really disenfranchised me towards this game. So I didn't feel like playing it anymore at that point. This was so bad. Got me so annoyed. No spoilers.
Well done, and thank you. I'll take those samples now. Rest assured, I'll get them to Timey at once. Oh my, that's not normal.
Not normal? How not normal?
Ember Bay's always presented powerful volcanic and seismic activity, but the intensity of these events is unprecedented.
Thanks to Primordus, I guess. The ground felt like it was about to come apart right under us. Are the islands in danger?
Given the dragon's presence, it's
Here's
certainly a
some dye,
possibility.
if any of you
Unfortunately, I lack the proper equipment to know
Have
for
them all.
sure. One of my
Have some
colleagues
all.
was tasked with monitoring the
thought so.
seismic activity just
You
east of
main
here.
account, there's
He may know more.
I'll check it out.
Speaking of volcanic activity, I went to Mount Doom. It was very fun.
Mount what? Where is
Mount
it?
Doom from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I don't watch Lord of the Rings. Where is
Oh.
that?
It's in New Zealand.
Was it nice? Everything you hoped for?
Yeah. Well, it's a bit not underwhelming, anticlimactic if you don't know what I'm talking about, so it's fine. What about you, Laura? You know what Mount Doom is?
Not good, not good.
So what?
Perhaps if I...
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No. If,
We're such a
give
bad
up.
company.
this miserable device,
I give up.
please tell me how to activate it.
No! Smelly Asura will ruin everything! Leave it to
I was
Squid,
daydreaming for a
champions of
second. I'm
Rockface.
sorry.
What's going on here?
Daydream
According to
faster,
the
you know,
script,
start
This
multitasking.
device
Oh,
has
okay.
something to do with the building's seismic pressure beneath the
Uh,
island.
I-
If
I
you can't
Captain.
figure out how to activate it, the pressure builds and builds until, well, as the scripts say, pop.
Pop, pop, wee!
Or it may all be nonsense. I can't tell what these creatures are blabbering about half the time anyway. This rock face they speak of knows more. But they won't let me get close enough to ask how to work this blasted machine.
Let me talk to them. I'll get to the bottom of this.
I hope you do, Commander. We're running perilously short on time.
I know in replays it's kind of a pain having to do the hearts and stuff, but I really like that they integrated like exploring the map into the actual story steps.
I don't mind it. When I don't feel like I'm in a hurry, like if I actually just sit down to play the game for the sake of playing, I don't mind it. Sometimes I just get caught in the, oh, gotta be efficient and achieve stuff mentality,
Yeah.
and then I'm annoyed because
What-
hearts are slow.
What annoys me is, and it's kind of my fault, but it's when I do the heart before the story step tells me to, and then I have to basically do it as part of the story again. And I need to remember not to do that. But equally, I don't want to like rush through the story. I like to explore as I do it, so then I end up kind of
Them. Here, Strand. What do you want with the rock
having to
face?
explore
Speak,
twice.
speak.
Let me pass. I need to speak with the rock face.
No! Nobody sees Rockface without Skrit say-so. Friends of Skrit only.
Look, I have to talk to this rock face you're hiding, and the clock's ticking. How can I earn your trust?
Help the Skrit. Yes.
I remember when I did
Skrit
this
from
part for the
fire.
first time.
Arm Skrit against the
I was like,
destroyers.
oh my god, it's
Become a
Ogden
friend
Stone
of the
Healer.
Skrit.
He's never been in this
see
game
what I can
before.
do.
And completely forgot about the fact that he was like in the core storyline.
So, running.
Oh man, they're really leaning into nostalgia, bringing these old characters back.
Who's there?
True. That's what they're doing. Wait, there's the pirate captain. I need to kill him for an achievement. I'm coming to kill him!
Wait, where's what?
At the end of the lava river.
Oh, Captain. Oh, I've probably already got this, but I'll do it anyway.
He's
Oh,
full
gosh.
health.
What I think is incredible, Guild Wars 2 can now be nostalgic with themselves. Like, oh, in Soto, remember Soja? Oh, Soja! I know this character.
Must nap now.
I mean, Guild Wars 2 is older than Guild Wars 1 was when Guild Wars 2 came out, so... That was a weird thing to try and say, but hopefully it made sense.
I know what
No, I
you
get it. It has a longer runtime.
Well, no, Guild Wars 1 is still an active game, thank you very much. No, I agree. It's not actively developed on, which, well, I mean, how do you define runtime? Do you mean like it's got like, it's been actively,
Updated.
Yeah, okay, then I agree. I mean, Guild Wars 1 runtime was tiny. Like, realistically. Because, like, even Eye of the North, it's hard to argue that was, like, really Guild Wars 1 runtime.
Yeah, no wonder everybody had time to get all the titles and stuff, which took a long time, because there was not that much to do without doing those.
Yeah. How do I arm the script? Who do I arm?
There's weapon boxes, maybe.
Oh, do I just open them up? I thought I had to do something after I opened it.
No, I think you just open it and then your character is like, hey, here, come.
What I think's absolutely nuts about Guild Wars 1 is that, like, Guild Wars, Prophecies, Factions, and Nightfall, I think they were all released in, like, the span of 18 months. Which I think's insane. That seems like a crazy amount to churn out in such a small amount of time. Sorry, not including the Prophecies development, no. So, like, you know, Prophecies was released, and then 18 months later, both Factions and Nightfall were released.
Yeah.
Just nuts compared to Guild Wars 2.
This is incredible.
Yeah, well, I think the reason they gave up on Guild Wars 1 is because it was so unsustainable. Because they were creating a brand new game, basically, every 6 months.
Yeah, and I think they're still kind of struggling with the balance of huge quality and storytelling while having a sustainable release schedule and format. Because Guild Wars 2 is such a good MMO, but I don't think it's as... It doesn't bring in as money as like World of Warcraft that has subscription, or Final Fantasy that has subscription.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not even done the latest. I don't even know where we're at in terms of like the Soto.
Yeah, I have not played Soto at all. I just raid. I
think, is it 2?
I enjoy the raiding. It's just like get together with 10 people and
I've done what you asked.
get better and faster.
Am I allowed to pass?
Yeah. I mean, we are quite ambitious, I would say, as a static.
Wait, you've got a static? Cerubia, you're the static?
All joke.
Now
all
the
joke.
we had the static. What the fuck?
Hey, all joke, guys. That joke is dead. I never found it funny to begin with.
I did.
I find it still hilarious. The joke is not to amuse you. It's amusing us.
To encounter you. I thought the dwarves were wiped out in their fight against Primordus.
If you really want a history lesson, I can give it to you after I've dealt with the crisis at hand. I've got islands to save and not much body to save it with.
Crisis? Is this about the earthquakes? What's happening to the island?
There's a torrent of magical energy building up beneath these islands. Energy that feeds directly into the volcano. My brothers and I have been tending to it for years, using 4 contraptions to release the pressure and delay an eruption. Then Primordus and the blasted destroyers turned up. wreck the machines, kill the other dwarves.
Oh, there's
Almost
commanders
did
here
me
on the
in
map.
two, but I'm still standing.
Yeah, I think they're doing like
In
the
a manner
event
of
chains
speaking.
here on the island.
Those machines aren't reactivated.
There's two
soon.
even. Wow.
And the islands will blow. And the destroyers, well, I'd prefer not to think about that.
I saw one of the contraptions just outside. How can I activate it? If what you say is true, we need to move fast.
The machines were built with us dwarves in mind. It won't respond to anyone else. Unless... Ah, I've got it. Take my thumb.
Your thumb?
Yes, on the ground there. Use it to activate the machines. That's one upside to getting blown to
Vermingus
bits.
is up.
I'm partially portable.
They've
You may
moved
want
the
to
post-processing setting.
It's been a while
Why?
since the machines were run. The islands don't have much time.
I'm gonna go see if I can reach the Vermingus boss fight real quick.
Fair enough. And like the graphics tab and options moved.
Has it? I have not noticed.
Why? Yeah, Luria. How much Soto has been released? As far as I understand, it was like the main release and then one patch.
Yes.
Is that right?
The,
Okay.
the main release, one patch, we got like one half of the like new map. And in early February, we get like the weapon update, the new weapon and the additional challenge mode and the second half of the additional map.
Wait, challenge mode to what?
This sounds so lame.
Challenge mode to Phoebe?
To what?
Phoebe?
We don't know. We haven't
Oh,
played it.
yeah, Temple of PB, yeah.
It's just lame. Sorry, I'm sorry, but like we're getting trickled out so little.
Oh, and,
content.
and of
Phoebe
course,
was the-
legendary armor. And
The
of course,
red round arena with the demons, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've done it. It was actually quite challenging. I liked it, but it was not good as KO. KO is still the best strike encounter ever created. Well, not necessarily best. It has its downsides.
I like the first Icebird Saga one. DPS Golem.
But yeah, DPS Golem is better. At least DPS Golem doesn't have invulnerability phases.
That's true.
Did you guys played Harvest Tempest CM?
I have not killed it, but I have done progression on it. Yeah.
I wanna do progression on it, but I don't know who I can ask for.
I don't think I've done a single.
Well, I know a place.
TM.
There's a Discord server that organizes training groups and statics and like, not even statics, just like
you do that in
you
the
gain
guild?
like levels there in the Discord. Like once you have progressed far enough, you can join any progression group that has
You start as
progressed
a-
as far as you have.
You start as like a level 1 grunt and then you turn
Yeah,
into a
yeah. Then
level
you 100
99
level
mafia
mafia boss. Yeah.
That's
And they
what we should
have,
change our roles to.
They also have really good resources on it, like of the different roles and stuff. They have pretty clear cuts. You could try that. I can tell you what it is.
I can also ask the angry Russians I'm raiding sometimes with.
Because I don't like the
I'm
weekly
joining raid
commitments.
training at the moment with a friend every week.
Raid training?
Yeah.
What do you need raid
I
training for?
wanna introduce my friend to raiding and Guild
Oh,
Wars
right.
2, so I'm joining
Yeah.
raid training with him.
Yeah, it's fun to do it with a
And
friend.
the thing is, we were doing Wing 3 with Bart, and not only I had the opportunity to train something to do towers. That was cool.
Oh, towers. The fun. I mean, what are we at with towers? I know towers have, you've gone from doing it as a group to doing it solo, going back to doing it as a group. Is it solo
I
again? Is
think
it a
Pugs
group?
still threw it solo, but I know that my static does 5 and 5.
Wait, are you in a stat?
We do it double 1 and 2 portal, 3 altogether, 4 and 5 portal.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but we also do speedrun stats, so like
okay.
we skip the mushroom cave, we do out of combat glitches, we do
Wow.
dialogue skips, and then we do like all that. So
I just
Want to
met
see
with
any
Rob.
percent
Wow.
glitchless,
Remnants
please?
of a stone dwarf. if you
yeah,
can
I
believe it.
mean, not winning that reward anytime soon.
And did this dwarf shed any light on our predicament?
We did not lose a
These
speedrunning
machines
competition
aren't
when it came to
activated
Wing
soon.
3, to be
The
fair.
swell of magic beneath the
I think there
island
should be
will
like an
cause a
any Glenna
cataclysmic
percent
eruption.
in the
They
speedrunners
require
to
a
see how
dwarven touch
quickly
to
you can kill
activate.
Glenna.
Fortunately, the dwarf gave me his thumb.
His thumb? That's disturbing.
I'm gonna grab that waypoint.
Logical, I suppose.
Do any
There had to be
style
some knack
percent,
to it.
so the
Being that
more
the dwarf
stylish
entrusted
you do,
itself,
the
I'll
rate,
let you do
the
the
better.
honors.
How do you measure that? It needs to be standardized.
No.
No.
It's completely based on emotions.
And to think, all this time, all I needed was a discarded.
It's
stone.
based on motions and
The dwarf mentioned that
partialism.
there are 4 of these contraptions around the island. Do you know where the others are?
4 of them, eh? Well, I believe one of the other researchers spotted a similar contraption on the western coast. There's another inside the caldera. As for the 4th, I'm not sure. One of the others might know. Good luck, Commander.
Soon I should I was meant to have new internet installed 2 days ago, but they weren't able to. But within 2 weeks I will have gigabit internet. Finally. Yeah.
Exciting.
It's been a long time coming. I think I signed up to this in like April last year. And it's almost been a year. Because that's why I stopped streaming. I don't know if you guys remember, but I stopped streaming because I was like, oh yeah, I'll have new internet soon, so I'll just record for the next few weeks.
A village?
That means you stream soon
All the way
again?
out here. A circus.
I don't know.
Fire Islands. This definitely merits investigation.
I
the
don't think
streaming-
Twitch supports ultra wide very well.
Yeah, I mean, up to you. Both are good. Even if you don't want to, like, keep any of it, we can also just play. But I think there's a certain level of... I don't know what the English word for it, but grandeur or something. Like, it feels a bit special if it is recorded or streamed, even though nothing is different. Because we've been doing it for so long, it just feels kind of weird to stop
yeah,
it now.
I think we'd be more likely to fall off if I stopped recording for whatever reason. Just feels less official.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
But streaming does have the good sides that once in a while there can be someone in chat asking or
yeah.
offering their opinion on something, and then we can discuss about it. And like the most fun thing about doing this with you guys is like we can talk shit
Yeah.
while doing this, and having something nice on the background to do, and having someone who can rarely come and can offer their opinion on chat does feed the conversations.
I
usually
agree.
pretty nicely.
I agree. I think if I wasn't on the ultra wide, I probably would go back to streaming. We'll see. We'll see. Because I don't want to. Yeah, my setup doesn't really suit streaming anymore, so I'd need to look into it. See what I can do.
Yeah, but as I said, we also
A
don't
customer!
need to do that.
A real customer! Hold on just a minute. I'm not prepared. Welcome to Ember Bay's one and only circus, where you'll witness the grandest marvels Tyria has to offer. Want to buy a ticket?
No time right now. I'm looking for
I
an
forgot
ancient
there was this
device
much like open
Dwarven
world
make.
content.
There's
Yeah.
supposed to be one nearby.
At this
Do you
point
know
in the
it?
story,
Searching
there's
for
very
antiquity,
little
eh?
like story
We've got a
instances we
piece
can
that
do
may
together,
interest you.
which is fine.
Not sure
We
it's
can just talk
dwarven,
shit.
but it sure is old. I might be convinced to let you in free of charge if you give me a hand with my chores. Otherwise, ticket holders only.
This was one of my
Here's
biggest
my ticket. If you don't grant me access to that
disappointments
machine, the
with,
Fire Islands will erupt, taking your circus
Final
with
Fantasy
it.
14.
Well,
Was that,
I guess we can overlook protocol for
The
today.
story is basically
Go on
solo.
in.
Like you can
Behold one of Ember
party
Bay's
up with people,
greatest
but every
mysteries.
instance you have to do solo. And I wanted to play with my friends, and I'm very disappointed to find out that it's not really an option unless you're doing open world or end game stuff. Not end game, but dungeons.
Dungeons and the early raids,
Yeah.
the low level raids, right?
Which is
Remember
fine,
to
but
be-
like I like doing this, just like going through the story with people, which isn't really an option in Final Fantasy 14.
I think I would enjoy a lot Final Fantasy Endgame. Like, lots of raids, lots of challenging raids, lots of progression you can do. That sounds just up my alley. But the amount of time you need to put into the game to get to that point...
Yeah.
The story, I don't care for the story, honestly. The gearing, like millions of cutscenes, so much talking, so much back and forth. Go back to the fucking Waking Sands. Pray, return to Waking Sands. I just raged with it. I couldn't do it. It was too slow. I needed to put like so many hours of gameplay in it. How do we get to that star?
Oh, we have to take a portal.
To be fair, Zarumi, that is fair criticism, and that is true. There is a lot of like endless walking and stuff. I played it back when it was only Realm Reborn with an open mind. Someone said like, oh, play it like a single player game with occasionally teaming up with people, and I'm like, okay, I didn't expect anything, and it was fine, and I moved along. But I can see like there are like 4 to 5 expansions now, and going through all of them without be able to skip any of this and able to play it with friends, really. Yeah, this is probably really fucking tedious. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just cared about the dungeons. I cared nothing else about except getting a good build and doing group content. That's the only thing I wanted to do. And 70% of the time, really I was not doing that.
My whole experience of Final Fantasy XIV has basically been it'll get better soon. But everything I've done up until now, Heavensward is okay, but like nothing in Final Fantasy XIV that I've done up until now has been blown me away in terms of story. I know
someone point on the map where I can get to the star.
Yeah, you need to go back to the NPC you talk to. There's a portal behind her.
Portal? Oh, that's silly of me. Thank you. That's just what happens when you don't listen to the NPCs.
Well, yeah, I realize I've not really been paying much attention at all this whole time.
I'm not interested. I just enjoy having something to do with, you know, something to click and something to do while hanging out with you guys.
You can
enjoyable.
tell we haven't played in a while because I think we're more chatty than ever.
And to be fair, I think this part of the story, you know, doing these hearts, boring. I don't really care what they have to say.
Yeah, it is really just an excuse to send you around the map. I'd say this is one of the, I think again this is kind of the argument for streaming over recording, because if we are just like having a chat while playing something in the background, I think streaming is a far better medium for that. Whereas just like I was just recording, I was having a conversation while playing Guild Wars 2 and then uploading it is a bit not weird, but like it feels like there's less point. But it's fun to look back. I really like going back and watching the Guild Wars 1 stuff every now and then. I won't watch like full episodes, but I'll watch like 10 minutes.
I have such fun memories. Once we started doing the voice acting, that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
Did we do that in Guild Wars 1?
Even though if it... In Guild Wars 1, yeah, like towards the end side of things. I remember Kant was doing like the best Tengu voices I've ever heard.
I remember it was fun, but I also remember it being really frustrating because...
I was also going to mention that even though it was frustrating and hard to get to work with us, I still have more fond memories of it than frustrating memories.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there was two things. One, it stopped. Sometimes it stopped us from being able to have a conversation, which was a bit annoying. And the dialogue went so fast, you had to like rush to get through it. But
yeah,
still,
that was the worst part because it wasn't under our control. It was automated. That was the worst. You couldn't click on next.
And it wasn't voice acted, so there was no reason for it to be that quick. Like there was no like practical reason other than this is kind of how long it would take. I get it from the perspective of like auto skip. I think it would be better if like you like Final Fantasy XIV where you click through dialogue and you can actively choose to make it go automatically. So you get the best of both worlds.
Excellent. An assistant arrives. I must remember to thank Timey once we're out of here.
Yeah, I do
Now to
think
business.
voice acting
What do you
Guild Wars 2
suppose
is
this
much easier
contraption
because you can
is?
go at your
It's
own
an
pace,
ancient
but
dwarf
after
device,
leaving Season
one of
1,
four.
everything
If we
is
don't
just
fix
kind of
it
voice
and
acted for
activate
us.
it, this island
Which is a
going to erupt.
testament to the quality of this game, more so than anything, having like high quality
Surprisingly
voice
well
acting
informed
for
an
everything.
assistant.
Because that's not
Okay
a
then.
standard in
This
MMOs.
machine was shattered by a volcanic bomb expelled from the caldera. Parts
But
scattered
I
everywhere.
like
I can fix it if I get the missing
doing
parts.
voices and
then power it by
hearing
harvesting
people
latent
do
magical
voices.
energy from the caldera. I'd certainly appreciate assistance gathering parts and keeping the local wildlife at bay, if you're willing and able.
Okay, I'll get it done.
I enjoyed it for our group playthroughs. I really didn't enjoy it for my solo streams. Once I'd got to Season 3, sorry, Heart of Thorns, and things were voice acted, it was like, oh man, I've never known so much peace. My voice.
Yeah, I can imagine.
One machine part.
Well, are you still hanging on with the story, or like?
Oh, I think I finished a while ago. I'm doing events here.
Yeah, I thought so
I'm-
because I've been every time there's a boss popping up, I've been going to kill the boss in between. So I think I'm a bit behind with the story.
I think you're
you know, I'm
behind
just
me.
enjoying mostly your company, and that's fine.
Aw,
You've
I'm
been
also
quite
enjoying
quiet
it.
as well, to be fair. But
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess you're just
listening to
lurking. You damn lurker. You're just taking notes. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ugh. Machine, but I think I'm almost there. The problem for me is I've just been, because we've been chatting, I've been getting distracted and been doing junk. Okay, I'm gonna interact with this thing. Return to scientist quick. Quick.
Quick, fast,
I'm doing it.
Go, go,
fast
go.
as I can.
not fast enough.
Am I now behind both of you? The slowest.
I just had
You've
to speak
proven more
quick as
useful
well
than
there
I
at the same
expected.
point.
Thank you.
There's still one more machine I must activate. Do you know where I can find it?
We detected the signature of another one of these devices in the Mersat Fortress, west of here near the coast. We'd have investigated it already, but none of us have dared set foot in that perilous place. Do be careful, Commander.
Yay!
Yay!
Find the
Indeed.
Mersat Fortress.
You know,
By
I
the way,
have...
it's Rumi.
Oh, go ahead.
At the moment, I'm maining Herald because
Yeah.
I'm giving quickness, 25 might stacks all by myself, fury, swiftness.
feels good, doesn't it?
I have huge amounts of CC. Like I'm feeling so useful. Like what the fuck?
I know. I do like Herald. It does feel impactful. Like most support builds are, but not all support builds feel impactful. Herald feels impactful, and I play by feel. It's like, out of the current support builds, I stopped playing support since like 2 balance patches, like big balance patches ago, not the small ones. Not because I don't like the support options, it's just they don't feel as good.
No, I get that. I think for me, like, that was my issue with the changes to Chrono. Originally with Chrono, like, you obviously plopped the wells down and stuff, and you did these, like, quite noticeable actions to give boons to people. And then obviously it kind of moved to more the Shatter Chrono, where it's like, you give little and often. And I much preferred the feeling of like, oh, I'm going to plop down this well and give you like 8 seconds of alacrity, as opposed to I'm going to shatter these clones and give you 3 seconds, but I'm going to shatter them again in another 2 seconds. I don't know why, it just felt more impactful, the old way of doing things, and I totally know what you mean.
I know what you mean, but the thing is, giving boons with ground effect here, it's not good, especially when everything is like spread out or something.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
true, but it feels better.
Yeah. It feels more active. It feels like you're choosing to give people boons. Or shattering just as
I really like that they're moving into the direction because, for example, a renegade like pressed F4 and gave like electricity, and they move. They try to move it like to
If I fail, these islands
give
will be
wounds
destroyed.
while you
How can I
do
get past the
like
defenses?
impactful things in your rotation nowadays. And I think that is a good thing to make like a boon support more fun to play, more impactful, and yeah.
That'll never work.
Yeah, I'm sure I agree with that. Though the feel-based I'm talking about
Might actually work.
is, first of all, very based on
It's
opinion,
very well defended.
and it's not really
Get it.
like I think Renegade giving electricity with F4
Worst case scenario.
feels pretty good.
Saw planes in other ends.
And what makes giving a boon feel good is, for me personally, is the sound effects.
Sorry.
Okay, laugh at me all you want.
No. I just,
I want to continue healing.
I was expecting something more abstract, so it caught me off guard. That's all.
Like I'm trying to put it. It is a bit abstract, but these are like the things I can point out. It's the visual effects, and more importantly, it's the sound effects. They're kind of like, because you press a button, nothing changes no matter what class you're playing. You're always just pressing a button, and pressing a button always feels the same. What makes it feel different is the impact that happens in game when you do it.
That's fair. I think for me it's more like the intention. You know, like one of the things I like preferred in like something like Guild Wars 1 over Guild Wars 2 was like when you healed someone, you had very clear intention over what you wanted to do. You picked someone, you healed them, or you cured them of a condition, that sort of thing. Whereas Guild Wars 2 is more the... it's either an area effect or it's like some bonus. You know, you rarely do something that just heals someone or just gives a boon. Which is fine. I quite like the approach of like, I want to heal someone or I want to give someone quickness and I do this very specific action to do it.
You know, I think that also ties to that, because always pressing a keyboard, no matter what button you press on what class, the physical sensation is the same. But knowing, oh, I'm pressing this button and that's gonna mean that this very specific thing happens.
Yeah.
The intention, yeah, I think that ties into it. If it's like a combination, oh, when I press this and then this, then 1 second later, I get a big boom of boons. Like, I don't know, there's barely any class that plays like that, but you know, then it doesn't feel like you cause it, because it's like, oh, you already pressed, you don't get the instant gratification of, you hear the sound effect and you see the boon popping up right as you press it. So it's also about timing, and as you said, like, clear intention. I press my E button where I have my skill tied, right? I'm a press my E. I want to know what happens when I press my E.
But that is interesting. That's why I think that's why I like playing Druid, because of like this. Oh, you hear, and when you hear, you can get in the celestial form, and then you make this like super bursty heals with cool effects and cool
Druid is
sound.
pretty intentional healer.
No, I
now that
agree.
you mention it,
Totally.
Like you don't heal on the accident. Like sure, there's regeneration, but like you don't burst heal on accident on Druid. Like all the heals you do are very deliberate. I just don't like having a pet. That's stopping me from playing any ranger classes.
Well, on the timing thing, that's actually one of the things I really didn't like about Chrono, and still don't like about... No, not Chrono, Mesmer. Still don't really like, and why I've kind of leaned towards Virtuoso these days, is that your damage on Mesmer is very indirect a lot of the time. Like, you know...
It is. There's like a long charge bar.
Yeah.
And
Even with
once
power and the Phantasm, it's delay your damage.
That's
is
exactly what I
delayed.
mean. Yeah,
and then you
like-
still need to wait like half a second before you see the big numbers.
Yeah, it's why I also tend to lean towards power builds over Condi builds, because I like to hit a button, see a big chunk of health come off. I don't like dots, basically. I don't. It's just boring, I think. I don't get much gratification out of it. It's fun seeing all the numbers come up, but I prefer to see chunks out of the health bar. I say that, but
depends.
I've played Condi.
Depends what I'm doing. If I'm doing low-level content, condition builds feel very, very bad because you feel like, oh, this enemy is like ticking slowly down. But I think it's like more fun in a like boss setting or stuff. Like big bosses are fun and okay with condition builds.
No, I get that. Sorry, go ahead.
I hope you know what I mean.
No, I get that, but I still prefer power even in those situations, just because I like to see a 30k like hit like a decapitate on Berserker hit 40k or something.
Condi Virtuoso kind of the best of both worlds. Sure, it doesn't hit like 30k in one hit, but you crit all the time, so you get those crit numbers.
Yeah.
And Condi Virtuoso has a relatively big power component to its damage. And then on top of that, you see the big fat Condi ticks on top of that. And it's like, oh, so many like crit numbers, but also Condi ticks.
Well,
honestly, for me personally, nothing has ever been more satisfying to play than Condi Virtuoso. I'm so glad Virtuoso is a thing.
I like, well, I mean, I'm not talking about raids at the moment, but I like Condi Virtuoso too, but for a different reason. I've realized recently, since I stopped raiding, basically, I've really enjoyed the like sustain things. Like whenever I kind of passively heal from doing something, and I just heal my health just ticking up. I really enjoy builds that do that. So like, obviously Condi Virtuoso, you heal on bleed, or something like that. I can't remember the exact. And that I just like seeing my health like chunk up after I do you know, an F2 on someone or something like that. What's really fun is a Thief Pistol 3 when you've got the trait that heals you on crit.
They nerfed it. Unfortunately, it used to be so satisfying. It heals way less. Like they nerfed it over a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to play open world Thief with pistol, and then the massive heals you get from Pistol 3 was like the most satisfying thing ever.
That I was so good on Pylon until they nerfed like the safe heal and sustain. What a shame.
I don't know how to get up because I'm not allowed to use my mount.
There's stairs. You need to go from the left side of the that BC.
Yeah, I've got it. Oh, I think I was already there, but I found more stairs. And I'm realizing no one's attacking me because I'm a mercenary.
Is you disgust? Cutscene.
Oh, by the way, the Rumi, someone in chat says they're porting through the jumping puzzle. I don't know if you want to like take this offer.
I might. I don't remember if I need it for anything because I don't have the.
For the converter, you need it.
Converter?
Yeah, for the like converter that is a all-in-one converter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but you need to have started the Aurora collection for that to get it, because you get it as part of
you'll need to do it again.
getting Aurora.
Yeah.
I don't have it active, that collection, so all the things I do
I know that all too well.
won't count for it because I first need to complete Living Season 3 in its entirety, I think, before I can unlock that.
Yeah, no, you do. If you don't activate it, you need to do it twice, because I've had to do it twice.
Yeah, but I think I still need to do it twice, right? Because I cannot activate it yet. Right?
No, I mean, you'd have to do the jumping puzzle twice.
Or like, you mean have someone port me up it twice?
Yes, though for me, I did actually do it twice. Not as a brag, I just didn't realize that porting was an option.
Yeah, like to unlock or acquire
Isles are
sentient seed by
downright
combining the
peaceful.
4 sentient
Guess you
creations
found all
from
of the
season 3, so I
contraption,
can
huh?
start the
Of course,
collection
it
yet.
won't be long until the torrent builds again. Perhaps by then I'll have these Skrit whipped into shape. Hey, you still with me, friend? You've got this faraway look in your eyes.
I remember doing the jumping puzzle. I think I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning doing it. It was so...
Oh, by the way, in terms oh, sorry, did I interrupt you?
No,
Sorry.
no, go. No, go ahead.
In terms of Fire Island, I was taking like a year break after season 2 came out, and I came back to Fire Island, played Fire Island, and I was like, wow, this is boring.
I was really excited to go to Fire Island.
Yeah, me too, but then I was like, yeah.
It just isn't as exciting
Where'd
as
you
it is in
float
Guild
off
Wars
to
1
just now?
for some reason.
You all right?
I just had a vision. A pretty ominous one.
A vision?
Well, I'm done with this
You
map. I
sure
need
it's
to
not
move on
just
the
the
next
heat
map.
playing
Tell me,
tricks on
Elisha,
you?
when you've
This
caught
was
up.
no hallucination. I have to get back to Taria as soon as possible.
Guess I'll have to take your word for it. Well, thank you for the help, friend. The Fire Islands owe you a great debt.
I think I'm done here as well. I think the thing about Fire Island in Guild Wars 1 is just that sense of danger. Like, you just don't have it here. Like, it's dangerous, but...
To be fair, I don't think there's any area in Guild Wars 2
That's true.
that has that feeling of danger, like, oh, you kind of want to ask a friend to come with you or something, like have a better build or something because it will murder you.
Come on, people.
It's the circus here.
We're at the point that we are pretty good at this game and we have pretty good builds, so...
Yeah, but Guild Wars 2's never been as punishing as Guild Wars 1 anywhere.
Yes.
Like, you can even with good builds, you can still fuck up in Guild Wars 1 and get punished a lot for it. And obviously in raiding.
I had the best meta builds in Guild Wars 1, the best equipment for me and my followers, and some dungeons, like some mob groups, completely wrecked me.
Yeah. But the biggest thing, and even, you know, you can say raids are more hard in Guild Wars 2 or whatever, but the whole kicking you out of the dungeon for dying thing, that is the difference maker to me. Like, that's, you know, raiding
honestly,
just doesn't...
I don't like that. I think that's too
I
punishing. It takes
I
so
can
much
understand
time.
not liking it, but raiding will never have the same sort of, like, adrenaline and fear as a
imagine
result.
having to start over if you wipe Doom, like the
Fuck
whole
that.
right wing.
I mean, for me, it was because you had to pay 1 platinum to go into Underworld. So if you die, you have to pay to get back in.
Jesus, that's so brutal.
Yeah, it's expensive, especially if you're speedrunning it and you're failing like 10 times a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's also the more adult you become, the more you want easy stuff.
No, I agree.
Because
like,
you don't have time. Maybe if I had come across Guild Wars 1 when I was a teen, I would have probably been really into it. But
Yeah,
I came
no.
across Guild Wars 1 when I was like way over 20.
no,
like-
no. I to be
I
honest,
don't have the mental capacity for punishment.
no, I get
anymore.
that. I think
But it's nostalgic if you did go through it.
I don't think I'm saying one is better than the other. To be honest,
I don't think you are, but yeah.
Because I think today it would put me off getting and doing in-game stuff in Guild Wars 1, and like the other thing with it is that, especially if you're playing with other people, it can make people really salty. Like failing in Guild Wars 2 raids is bad enough. Like, people get frustrated with each other. But say you're like 1 hour into Underworld and you fail, and one person is the reason you failed. Oof. You do not want to be that person.
Yeah, especially in Underworld, because you, like, if you want to do it fast, you split the group, right?
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
everybody
and
has their own stuff to do, and if you fail your part, well...
the whole group gets kicked out. So, like, for me, I did a role called T3, which is one of the solo roles, and you have to do you're one of the people that does the 4 Horsemen missions. And that's pretty much like the hardest mission in Underworld, or the most risky mission. And that I always had to say, I'm sorry, I'm too nervous to do it on my own. I need the group to come and back me up because I was just so shit scared of fucking it up, and this is the group hating me.
We are already in the Heart of Stones map for the next story.
All right, I'm coming.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think for raiding, the whole kick out thing's good.
Hello.
It's good that we don't get kicked out. But like, I think that the nice thing about Guild Wars 1 is that even doing the main story has like some sense of like challenge, yeah.
I did enjoy that. Maybe not at the moment, but after I triumphed, yeah, it feels good.
It makes replays way more enjoyable, I think, as well. Because it's not just blindly going through for the story, but it's actually got some gameplay feeling to it.
Thank Glint. We tried to get word to you. I contacted your friends to see if they could locate you too.
The egg called
this reminded me because
Yes,
you know, we spoke how Guild Wars 1 is so much more punishing than Guild Wars 2.
Second Scion will soon be
Kind of feeds onto the whole narrative of, oh, back in my day, you got kicked out from a dungeon if you failed and had to play one platinum, you know.
I was nearby.
It's so easy to kind of, like, if you compare the games, be like, start pushing a narrative like Guild Wars 2 players who get really frustrated when one person in like Veil Guardian fails, for example, is like, that's nothing, you have not done the underworld in Guild Wars 1.
The glowy guy.
I think it's just different.
Give us a chance to catch up, Marjorie.
Don't be gone
I
too
don't
long,
think one's
Commander.
better.
No, not at all, but it's the way of approaching it is also very, very different.
I think one of the things that Guild Wars 2 has the advantage there is it's much better for if you want to get like a feeling of progression. Guild Wars 1 was way too punishing for that. Like you needed to come in Guild Wars 1. Like nobody would let you into a group if you didn't know what you were doing. And I know in Guild Wars 2 it's a thing, but it's not as much of a thing. I think people are more forgiving because the game's more forgiving, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I also feel personally, the better I've gotten, the more comfortable I feel letting total newbies into my squad. Because I know the encounters, like, of the harder content so damn well, and I know the pitfalls of newer players that I can play around it.
Yeah, but
when it was kind of like, still like, I was good enough to do it, but I wasn't good enough to
but
support other people who didn't know, then I was like more, oh, I'm not sure I want this new person to join my group because I only know to do my part, I don't know how to, but now I'm gotten to the point of after so many that I can handle new players as well.
Yeah. And kind of on the counter, like, I think you had mentioned one of the things you didn't like about Guild Wars 1 is like we were glued to the wiki the whole time. Because even me as an experienced player, because it's so punishing to fail, I was like, oh, I'd rather go unprepared. And so you're stuck. You don't like go in blindly because it's too punishing to do so. So you just glue yourself to the wiki the whole time. Which some people like.
I know myself, and usually like if there's a game that heavily requires me to use outside sources, I don't mind. I like using outside sources, but if it requires me to have another screen open all the time, it kind of frustrates me. Same with Guild Wars 2 when I'm doing like a collection and I want to do it efficiently. I have a guide open on the left page on how to do the collection, like more SAT tokens, for example. Try doing that without the guide.
Oh,
that's
God.
hell.
Oh god.
It's not very
Even with
immersive.
the guide, it was a nightmare. Oh.
Yeah, I still have trauma, and I did it with a guide, and it was horrible. But the good kind of suffering, you know. I have fond memories of it because I was suffering, but I don't never want to do it again.
For the Mossad token, there are some, like the tiny gap in the map where you need to fit in, where you never thought you can even fit
Yeah, they're in copy holes. They're like, oh, break into the map.
Yeah.
Ah, such memories.
I don't think I did it. Oh, where's it? Oh.
Like I play the Azura, but I don't know if a human fits to some of these gaps.
They are so tiny. It's true. Like, even if the guide shows me exactly where it is, I'm still like, wait, it's supposed to be here, but it's not here. Every hole looks the same. It's like a labyrinth of, in a rock, a hole in a hole.
Yeah,
within a
Devomi,
hole.
remember, every hole is a chance for glory.
No.
Is that
No,
one
no,
of
no,
those
no.
achievements at least where it tells you which ones you've collected, or is it if you
I think they're they're like in order, yeah. You need to count like from the achievement list, like, oh, I have number 17 already.
Oh, okay. That's good at least. Some
But
don't
they are
have
not
that.
named or anything, so you need to count.
The most frustrating ones for me is like the ones where it doesn't have that, and you just have to like go through each one, and see which ones you have. and which
Make a
ones you
meta
don't.
note on each of the things on the map due to the achievement.
Yeah. Or more realistically, use an external tool to track it. Oh. Pick it up! Come on, I'm pressing F! I still didn't get it. I guess you got it,
I got it,
Zerumi.
I got it, I got it. I stole it from under you.
Oof. Oof, there was nothing and then
There
there was
like
everyone.
one enemy at a time and now there's thousands? What the heck? Oh yeah, because
Oh.
this dude comes to save us.
Lazarus!
Hey, Lazarus.
Immediately! Marjorie! Kate!
Hey, handsome boy.
in battle as well. I do not come with
I like his voice.
Then earn
I
my
would listen
goodwill.
to it so long.
Don't let the destroyers up those stairs, and give the dragon a wide berth, Lazarus. It would be a pity to have your second life be short-lived.
Alright, let's kill these things. I remember back when I did this story step, I was kind of noob. I actually died here and failed. Like, not failed, but like, I struggled.
And you didn't realize you were supposed to fail.
So in your cannon world, Irene is dead?
Yeah.
Oh my
no.
gosh.
Trampoline.
I always get really weird with like you know, whether things are actually narrative or there's something you could have done to prevent it from happening. I was so bad in Mass Effect, like if anyone died or like I failed a fight, I'd be like immediately on Google like, is there a way to stop them from dying? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I wouldn't save scum it, for the record. I just would want to know. Oh, where is it? I got it.
Throw it. Yay.
Yay. Wahoo.
A cute little baby.
Sorry, we got held up outside. Destroyers... What's happening?
It's done, Commander.
The barrier has been restored. The Scion of Glint is safe.
Yay!
Not until that Mossad is out of here.
A Mersat? The Forgotten passed on tales of these creatures. I never thought I'd encounter one. You
know, I'm actually very disappointed that the Mossad is not a Mossad.
Purging this impurity directly.
Yeah.
The Mersat I was in the Tales of the Forgotten is dead. I have been reborn, and rising from the void brings with it a new perspective. We previously sought power through treacherous...
And the one Mossad we did got
only
is
to
dead.
save ourselves when the dragons rose. But
Makes
now,
me sad.
I see we must all stand against the dragons to save everyone.
You hope to align yourself with me.
You have killed two, have you not? Our interests are the same. The fire dragon is rising. I cannot stand idly by and repeat past mistakes. My actions since returning prove me a useful ally.
Like when you destroyed the Bloodstone.
The Bloodstone was destabilized by years of misguided White Mantle tinkering. I did absorb the blast to repower myself, but also, how many countless lives were saved?
What's the angle you're running? What's in an alliance for you?
The salvation of this world. The White Mantle is splintering. Those who follow Codicus and those loyal to me. I can make them a force for good. Another spear in an army against the dragons.
This is the same accord the Musat struck with the Forgotten. Then, they simply broke their word and disappeared.
That was a cowardly act of self-preservation, and something I will not repeat.
You seem earnest enough, so I hope you'll understand when I tell you there's no way I can agree to this. I can't keep an eye on you at all times.
I have an idea, Commander. I'll do it. I'll dig into his claim. And if Lazarus is truly changed, we can reassess the situation.
I welcome any inquiries.
Oh, it'll be much more than that. I'm going to be embedded with you. Shadow your every move.
Marjorie, can I speak with you a moment?
Yeah, I think the last part of this season was a big misstep for several reasons. Should have just not done that with the real Lazarus. It was just, yeah, doesn't matter.
What are you doing? He absorbed the Bloodstone's power. We obviously can't just easily put him down if his story doesn't check out.
He's touched death, Commander. And now he's back. There's something... The Necromancer in me wants to find out more. And, who knows?
I can't let you do that. It could be a trap. It's probably a trap. It's almost certainly a trap.
There's something about him. Makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. And I can't tell if it's in a good way or a bad way. But I do plan to find out. I'm glad to be a part of Dragon's Watch, and I appreciate you looking out for me. But I won't be told what I can or can't do.
You go, Marjorie.
Ooh,
You
yeah.
go, girl. You're independent and strong.
Trunks.
Lazarus, let's move out. We have a lot to talk about, my floaty new friend.
I can't help but feel like I'll be explaining this to Casimir shortly. Given what happened today, I'd feel a little better if someone I knew was watching the chamber.
Someone you trust.
Yes. So could you ask Timmy?
Wow!
That is a good sign.
You've been a lot of things, Kay. But you've never been an enemy of this dragon.
I'll lay down my life for...
That was brutal joke, man.
Her name is Aurene.
That was so.
Decided that quite fast.
It wasn't a decision. I just knew.
Then no harm will come
Savage.
to Aurene while I still breathe.
Thanks, Kate. After the coming battle with
No
this
harm will come
changed
to
and
Aurene
powerful
while you still
Primordus,
breathe.
I hope
That's
any of
wrong.
us are still
You
breathing.
lie. Harm does come to Aurene and you still breathe.
Spoiler!
Oops,
Oh, are we
sorry.
done?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh! Wait, okay, there I get it. Ember Bay is boring. What the hell? What do we do
Yeah.
there?
Yep.
Nothing!
Yeah, nothing. We have a few scripts there.
What the fuck?
And if I remember correctly, the couple next maps are no better. Let me see what we are up against next.
Bitter
Cracking the
Frost.
Ice. There's a
Draconic
story
Mons.
instance there. Cracking the Ice has story
Oh.
instance with Bram.
Oh, and then it's Head of the Snake. I remember season 3 being like like every episode is a banger. But now that I look at it, now I'm looking at it again. Like Flashpoint is good, I think. The rest, eh. Damn. Oh, okay. Some of my excitement's gone away. That's kind of sad. Cool. I thought we wouldn't get the episode done in time. I was sure there was more to do in Ember Bay, like a reason for. So, like for story, what was the story reason we're in Ember Bay? Like what?
Oh, to help the Asura here who are overrun while they were studying these
So it was
destroyers.
just a side quest, basically.
Oh, I'm getting a phone call.
Oh. Ballura, it was just a side quest.
It was just a side quest.
Yikes. Okay. Ugh. I could just...
I knew that the Fire Ember episode was not that great, but I didn't remember it being that bad.
My grandparents have locked themselves out on the balcony. I need to go rescue them. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be like blackmailing my grandparents at that point. I'd be like, oh, what's in it for me, huh? You gonna get me some lunch?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm horrible. Okay, well, I suppose there's no point me just sitting around with the recording then, so I'll finish up there. Bye, stream!
Bye, stream! And, bye, stream!
I'll say bye. Was that bye from Zarumi?
Yeah, that was bye from Zarumi.
Alright, bye-bye, stream.